Hello, this is Dr. JERLIN RAJAN, Assistant Professor, Karunya School of Management. First of all, I welcome you all in this online learning portal. I'm going to handle the course Managerial Economics. Before getting into the course, let me describe about the course objectives, course outcomes, and the course syllabus. Let us see one by one in depth. Course objectives. After studying this course, the students will be able to understand, able to interpret the concepts of microeconomics and macroeconomics. You might have studied economics from your schoolings. So, economics has two branches, microeconomics and macroeconomics. In the microeconomics, you will study about the individual unit and their contribution to the GDP. In the macroeconomics, you will study about the aggregates, aggregate supply, aggregate demand, and their contribution to the GDP. And the second course objective, examine the pricing and output decisions under various market structures. So different market structures we could see in India, all over the world also. So monopolistic competition is there, monopoly market, duopoly market, and oligopoly market. So how the price of the product is determined in the different market structures, that you will understand after completing this subject, and relate economic variables to managerial decisions. So you need to understand studying economics will help you to take the right decision at the right time. We will discuss later on in depth about how to take the right decision at the right time. So managerial decisions, you will be able to take the managerial decision by analyzing economic variables. Lot of economic variables you will get to know when you study this subject. And course outcomes, the students will be able to examine the fundamental economic concepts of demand elasticity, consumer behavior, production and cost analysis for resource allocation. As it is clearly said, the resources are scarce in nature. So the human being should take the choices to use it. Even though we have more amount of money, we are unable to buy whatever we want because the resources are scarce in nature. So here in this point, we will study about the demand, supply, law of demand, law of supply, and how it affects the pricing strategies and in the economy too. And in the second, analyze how markets work, including competitive markets, monopolies, oligopolies, and monopolistic competitions for pricing and strategies, as it is discussed in the course objectives. How the pricing strategy is determined in the competitive market. And third one, assess the economic factors and trade-offs to make informed managerial decision. It is related to the managerial decision and trade-offs. We are making the choice. So to take the decision, we are collecting the information, we are making the alternatives, we are evaluating the alternatives, and we are selecting the best alternative. For that, economics will help you. And the fourth one, identify economic strategies to manage consumer and producer behavior. So the consumer behavior, that is totally based on the demand. Producer behavior, that is supply. So the producer should produce the goods and services. Then only they will be able to meet the demand raised in the market. Fifth course outcomes, integrate the concept of price and output decision of firms under various market structures. This is also related to the pricing strategies because pricing strategies playing the vital role that will be having the direct impact on the demand. And the final course outcome is evaluate micro and macro trends in business and assess their impact on the business enterprises. As I have rightly pointed out in the outset, so economics has two branches, microeconomics and macroeconomics. You will study in depth while you study in the units. So these are the course objectives and course outcomes. Now let me explain about the course syllabus. So this course syllabus is designed by the various faculties to enhance the skills of managerial economics. So you are having totally 5 units. The first units portrays nature and scope of managerial economics. Under the heading, you will study the themes of economics, scarcity and efficiency, and three fundamental economic problems and society's capability, production possibility frontiers, productive efficiency versus economic efficiency, economic growth and stability, microeconomics and macroeconomics, the role of markets and government, positive versus negative externalities. And you will also study with economic system, capitalism, socialism, and mixed economy, and the problem of this allocation of the resources you will study. So this is the fundamental concept of economics. And the second unit, you will study about demand and supply analysis. So there you will study about the introduction, meaning, law of demand and supply, elasticity of demand and supply, exception to the law of demand, market equilibrium, and determining the elasticity of supply and the practical importance you will study. And in the unit 3, you will study about product and factor market. Product and factor market. So product factors of production. What are the factors of production? Land, labor, capital, organizations, and their importance. They will called as the agents of the production. So you will study about the factors of production here. Also, you will study the different market structures, firms equilibrium and supply, market efficiency, economic cost of imperfect competitions, factor market, land, labor, and capital, demand and supply, determination of the factor price, interaction of the product and factor market, general equilibrium and efficiency of competitive markets. So here you will study the demand and supply of the factor market. How much is the demand for the labors? How much is the demand for the land? So you will deal with the product and for factor market in Unit 3. Unit 4 portrays consumer and producer behavior, that microeconomical concept. You will study about the individual consumer, you will study about the individual organization, and there you will study meaning of microeconomics, per capita income, central problems of an economy, consumer equilibrium and demand, approaches to consumer behavior, indifference curve analysis of consumers equilibrium, producer behavior and supply, production, short run and long run production function, returns to scale, economies versus diseconomies of scale, forms of market and price determination. In Unit 5, you will study about the performance of an economy. So it is entirely dealing with the macroeconomical system. Macroeconomics aggregates circular flow of macroeconomical activity, national income determination, aggregate demand and supply, macroeconomic equilibrium, aggregates related to the national income, net national product, NNP, gross national product, GNP, gross and net domestic product, GDP and NDP, at factor cost, at market price, real and nominal GDP, welfare and GDP, multiplier effect, demand side management, monetary and fiscal policies in theories. So these are the units that you are going to study, and you will be able to take the right decision at the right time by analyzing the economic variables. Now, before starting the subject, why studying economics is important? Why do we study economics? The answer is quite simple. We study economics because it affects our everyday life through different areas such as tax, interest rates, wealth, and inflation. So we are paying the tax to the government directly or indirectly. So every day we are paying the tax. We are paying income tax, property tax, corporate tax, services tax, goods and services tax. Directly or indirectly, one or the other way, we are paying the tax to the government every day. And interest rate, we are depositing the money in the bank. For that, we get certain amount of interest. That would be our income. And we are borrowing money from the bank. For that, we need to pay certain percentage of interest to the government as it is instructed by the rules and regulation of the particular financial institution, and we are paying. So interest rate we are going to study. And wealth, what is wealth? The accumulation of the economical value of goods and services. So accumulation of wealth, accumulation of the money. So that is clearly said how the individual earns income and spends it for the welfare, spends it for the luxurious and the necessities. So you will study about the wealth and inflation. What is inflation? Too much of currency is chasing too few goods. That is called inflation. The money value is decreased. We are taking around 5,000 rupees to the market, but you are able to buy only lesser amount of goods and services by spending more amount of money. Okay, so that is inflation. And we are experiencing only inflation, but not the deflation so far. So we are running to earn more money to get more welfare. Am I right? Okay. So for this purpose, we need to study economics and five important parameters why we study economics. That is, studying economics, preparing you for an ever-changing world. The study of economics helps people understand the world around them. It enables people to understand people, businesses, markets, and governments, and therefore, you will be able to better respond to the threats and opportunities that emerge when things change in the business environments. So, studying economics is very, very important in this part. And secondly, providing you with the knowledge and skills that employers want. So, why we are studying economics? Some people will study economics to enhance their skills in economics, and some people will study economics to get employment. Some people will study economics to get the promotion in the higher level. Okay, so economics at its core is the study of how to evaluate alternatives and make better choices. It develops critical thinking and problem solving skills to make good decisions. It develops analytical skills to examine data to support good decisions. These skills are desired across careers in the public and private sectors. For this purpose, we need to study economics. Third one, ensuring your successful future. No matter what the future holds, an economics major helps people to succeed. Understanding how decisions are made, how markets work, how rules affect the outcomes, and how economic forces drive social systems will equip people to make better decisions and solve more problems. This translates to success in work and in life. And fourth one, enabling you to contribute to the greater good. Quotes. Economics provides the primary framework for public policy analysis. The major equips people to understand the fundamental policy issues that shape market and social outcomes. An economist understands the immediate issues like trade-offs, benefits versus cost, market failure, public finance, but also understand the broader issues of generational impacts, welfare impacts, and inequality. Economics majors are equipped with the language and skills to engage in public policy, debates, and act to advance economic and social progress. And finally, preparing you to take right decision at the right time upon your choices. As I said, economics is taking the choices. Economics is the study of how the limited resources are used to satisfy unlimited human wants. That means we are taking the choice every day. Every day we are taking the economical decision. So that is economics embodies clear reasoning and logical thinking. This not only helps people do well personally and professionally, it also helps to take the right decision at the right time. So this is what all about in today's class. So we shall discuss the definition of economics and the introduction of economics in the next class. Thank you.